guys good?
Yeah.
All right, we're now joined by Arkansas head coach Courtney Deifel, Peyton Burnham, and Tiana Bell. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach, then take questions for the student athletes, and finish with questions for Coach. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I was just proud of our effort tonight in getting the first win of the weekend. I thought we did a great job of winning together. I thought every area competed their butts off, and just really proud of the collective tonight. I thought Fordham was tough. They handled the environment really well. No surprise with their coaching staff and how they prepare their players. That's exactly what we were expecting from them. Just at the end of the night, I'm just really proud of our team for getting the win.
Ethan, you want to start with questions for the athletes?
Yeah, sure. Peyton, second year in a row you've gotten to start this thing off, getting the ball. Just what's your mentality going into that, knowing that, you get to be the first one to kind of set the tone?
Just that, set the tone, set a good tone. I'll go in there and just compete, pound the zone, and let the defense work behind me, and yeah.
Yeah. You really got, after the delay, we're in just such a rhythm. What did you do during that short little delay, and how'd you stay locked in to come out and do what you did?
I just rested for a second, and then me and Coach Deifel went out and worked on spinning the ball through the zone instead of just chucking it. So, yeah.
Tiana, I feel like always this time of year, maybe just that first big hit breaks a little bit of tension. What did you think of Carly's home run to just maybe get everybody feeling comfortable?
It's been great. I've gotten the privilege to work closer with her in these past couple weeks, and hitting with her is just so fun, and just watching her grind and it pay off in the game was just really exciting. And, she's, the player that comes up clutch whenever you need it in big-time moments, so.
Yeah. Fordham's coach was just saying how you absolutely crushed your home run. Just walk me through that at bat, and was that one of those that the moment it left it, you were positive?
Yeah, I had actually told Coach Gasso, I was like, watching the pitchers warm up, and she had threw one of those during warm-ups, and I was like, if I get it, I have to capitalize on it, and it just so happened that I did end up getting it, and I did end up capitalizing on it. So.
Okay, for either of you, the mullets. What's going? I know there was Ella's moment at the SEC tournament, but when did y'all get those?
Right after my interview where I compared us to mullets. I just thought it would be funny. I'd be like, hey, let's get them. And Coach Gasso actually edit our headshots with mullets on them. So I just thought it would have been funny if we actually did get mullets. So.
Dakota, just for her to have that walk-off home run, I know she's fought back and to get, after her scary injury at Oklahoma, just what do you think that moment meant, maybe just for y'all as a team to get to see her walk off a game in the postseason after fighting back from injury?
It just lets us know that she's a fighter. I mean, she's still in the lineup and she's still working her butt off, working good counts, and that little piece of hitting right there lets us know that Dakota's back and we're going to just keep rolling with her.
And then what's it like, to play first base with Peyton in the circle?
It's just great. She's quick, and I like quick. I don't like when, games take forever and Peyton's, gets in and gets out. But she also pounds the zone, so kind of takes the pressure off of us a little bit. But then again, when the ball does come into play, we got her back.
Peyton, it seems like every postseason start, you get in there, it's a shutout. What is it about the postseason that really maybe gets your energy level up?
I don't know. Something changes. I don't know what it is, but it happens. And I don't know if it's just intent or I don't exactly know. But
she's pitched quite a few shutouts in the last few weeks, so it's not like she woke up and was like, that's what she's been doing for us. So.
Yeah. What was it that was working so effectively for you today?
Mixing spots, mixing speeds, really hammering that rise ball for a strike and a ball, or a strike and a chase pitch, and then just beating the defense.
When you're cruising along kind of like you were, and then lightning hits and there's a delay, how do you kind of get yourself re-energized after that 35-minute delay?
Mostly just resting my body, refueling a little bit, and then after that, just kind of letting the competitor take over and just lock it back in.
Tiana, the first inning, y'all went 1-2-3, and then it seemed like you saw the pitcher for 3 outs, and then all of a sudden there was hard contact. I mean, did you notice that maybe as a team, you just saw something in the dugout that first inning, were able to go capitalize on it after that?
No, I just think we were still taking our hacks in that 1-2-3 inning, and we're really big on trusting one another. So if I don't get it, someone behind me is going to get it, and once we do get it, it's kind of just like a chain reaction, and we kind of just feel the flow and passing the bat and things like that.
For either of y'all, is it almost a relief to begin this NCAA tournament? You're working all season to get to this point. I mean, is it, mentally like all right, we're here, let's do this thing now?
Yeah, it's obviously super exciting to be in postseason again. So now it's just putting everything that we've been tested throughout the season, all the work that we put in, and just going and seeing how far we go.
Yeah, Peyton, Coach Inouye, of course, she and your mom go way back. Have you known her for a long time? Maybe talk about that relationship there.
I've known of her for a while. I didn't really know her until the recruiting process. Obviously, she called Coach Deifel for me, and just kind of got everything rolling. But her and my mom have been really close friends for a really long time. So yeah, it was just kind of a full circle moment to see everybody out there.
So wait, she's kind of to credit for you being here somewhat?
I don't know about that, but probably.
We didn't need a lot of convincing to recruit Peyton. But yeah, I think that's, she definitely had a hand in it. We've been friends for a long time also. And I think that when I got to talk about her yesterday a little bit. When you find a good one in this profession or in life, you hold on to them and you trust each other. And she's part of my circle in coaching. She's part of her family circle. She's just really good people. And so when there's a chance for Peyton to hopefully come play for good people, and I hope that they think that, you just want to make sure you do your part of just making that connection. And so, yeah, we didn't need a lot of convincing. Maybe she needed more convincing.
I didn't need any.
Thanks, good answer.
I'm going Arkansas.
But Melissa definitely aided in that process, for sure.
Anything else for the student athletes? All right. Thanks, ladies. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Whoa. It's good. You work hard, girl.
All right, Ethan, if you want to start.
Yeah, similar to what I just asked about Dakota, just she's had to fight to come back and play for her to get this moment in her first postseason in Arkansas. What do you, first of all, say about her to even be back out playing, and secondly, just for all these fans here, her to get to walk off a game like that?
Well, she's so tough, and she's a difference maker for our team. So when it happened at Oklahoma, I think we all just kind of. It took us aback a little bit of just what is it, how serious, what's that going to look like? She's a senior, she's, going to play pro, all those things. It's so beyond just the immediate for the team. And for her, it was if I have a chance to play, I'm playing. It was I'm going to do it. And she is someone that when she puts her head to something, she's going to do it. She is, she's brilliant, but she's just knows who she is really well, and when she sets her mind to something, she's going to do it. And so she has been grinding. We've been kind of pulling the reins back a little bit. She's ready to go full force with everything, and but she's just really stinking tough. She's a competitor, and she's really big for this team.
And then Peyton, of course, she started as a freshman first game of a regional, so you knew this moment wouldn't be too big or anything. But just what went into the decision of rolling with her today instead of maybe somebody else? Well, we have a lot of trust in all our pitchers. We wanted a good start. We've been watching teams. We really dive into the data of what's the best matchup, who's going to be really effective. And although we do feel like we had some good choices, Peyton has gotten us off to a great start. She has been pitching really well for us. She was a really great matchup for the type of hitters that Fordham had. And so we gave her the ball. And then how tough is that? You go into a rain delay where you have the bases loaded, all this kind of momentum on your side, just that little pause. First of all, how difficult was that to just have to pause right there? But then what did you like after that for y'all to keep it going? Well, our team was really loose. I think that, Katie's home run was really big. The way Peyton was pitching, kind of getting in that jam when the rain was coming down and getting out of that. And just how the game was going, I felt we were coming out of it, and then it comes and halts us in a 1-0 count with Ella, and she had to sit with that for 30 minutes, but the pitcher did too. It was good. This team just got looser through that break.
I know Ella's at bat didn't go her way, but there just was this looseness of the team of like they went back and just had fun together. It gave us a chance to kind of work through P's rise because early it just wasn't zipping the way that it usually does. So it kind of gave us a chance to kind of get in there and work a little bit. So we used it to our advantage. And our team just, I think they came out looser and they stayed the course and they did a really great job of competing throughout. I think they're done with me. Oh, no?
Not quite.
Just, it's been all season, but just can you speak, like now that you're in the postseason, how confident just the lineup and the production from top to bottom, and maybe that being an X factor not only today, but just moving forward throughout the rest of the postseason, because you had contributions up and down, right, today?
Yeah, we had some really big contributions up and down, and that's kind of been what our team's done all year. It hasn't just been one superstar. We're a lineup of production. We rely on someone different every day, and just like T was saying, is just the trust they have in each other. Of it doesn't all fall on them, and not just in the lineup, but on this team. Like all of our areas are really strong, and so you don't feel like you have to get it done. And there's so much freedom in that. And so I think, yeah, it's huge, the production we're getting throughout our lineup. We saw it, Reagan Johnson got some big hits today, KD with the bomb, Tiana, Dakota just really feeling good. But we did a really good job, too, of controlling our zone, taking our walks. We hit the ball on the nose a lot and didn't fall, and we didn't press. We just stayed the course, and it just showed a lot of maturity, and that's what our lineup's shown all year.
Their coach mentioned just like the double-digit home runs throughout the lineup, and can you feel like KD hits one and then Tiana hits one, like those home runs can kind of wear on an opposition sometimes?
Yep, I'm a pitch caller, so I know how they can wear. There's no let up, and when you have the power throughout, when you have the averages throughout, when you have the discipline throughout, it has the ability to be suffocating. And that's what T was mentioning too, is there's the chain reaction of like they do really feed off each other. And they're just doing such a good job of, if they get us, of just using that information and passing it to make everyone else better. So there's no let up in the lineup.
You guys psyched me out for a second, but Armando and then Hayden, I've got 7.5-ish minutes.
Hey, Coach, I was going to ask, I know you guys approach it one game at a time, but just what are your thoughts on the team you may face tomorrow in Washington or South Florida as well?
I have no idea who we're going to face tomorrow. That's the beauty of postseason. The only one we knew we were going to face is Fordham. And so we've prepped a lot for Washington and USF. They're very different teams. And so I don't know. Do you want my scout? No, I'm not going to give it to you. But we've done a lot of prep for both. We feel prepared for either. When you go into a tournament or a weekend like this and you have 3 opponents, you're going to know everything about every one of those 3. And so we know what we're getting with whoever we get, and we're ready for that.
That was kind of my question I was going to ask about preparation, but already in this tournament we've seen Florida State was upset earlier today. With the preparation you saw this week, did you feel like that a situation, obviously things like that can happen in softball, but how pleased were you with the preparation specifically for this Fordham game?
I'm pleased with I'm pleased with the collectiveness of winning this game together. I was pleased with our prep, but if your prep doesn't show up, then you're kind of in a bad spot. So I was really pleased with the collective effort of our team tonight to beat a very tough Fordham team. We have a lot of respect for everybody in this tournament, and so we don't take one opponent lightly. And then you watch the games throughout today, and it is a time more than ever, and it's always been a sport where anybody can beat anybody. And I get to teach my kids that too. So my kids were at the selection show, and my 10-year-old just every time a team went up, are they good? Are they good? That's like 10-year-old boys, that's all they want to know is, are they good? Like, who's the best? And my answer was just like, yeah, everyone's really good. everyone's really good, and everyone's playing for something different. And when you look at a matchup like Florida State and Stetson, first of all, Stetson is a crazy four. They are a crazy four, and then they're in state, and then you have the piece of nothing to lose, and they're playing so freely, and so there are a lot of matchups in this tournament that are just really tough. And we've seen that in last year with Southeastern and LSU. We saw that with that in-state of like nothing to line it up against the big dog, and they did that today with Stetson. So we have a ton of respect for absolutely everybody. We prep the same for everyone, and seeing our players trust our prep and executing the prep is what every coach wants to see.
Anything else for Coach Deifel? All right.
Thank you.